Uh, yeah, I was just trying to go to sleep tonight, but it doesn't seem like I'm falling asleep. So I guess I'm back at this self therapy thing that I'm doing. Oh, so many thoughts going through my head tonight. I will say one thing, like, I kind of like most of the thoughts that go through my head are I blame on her. It's not bad thoughts though, so hey, so she gets credit for it. Um, I think it's funny. I think it's funny how like she always says that um she's not playing head games, but oh my god, just like seeing that's what I'm bad with. Actually, well, actually I'm pretty good with it, but I'm bad at in the windows in the windows, or at least before I was. But like I think everything that's happening is it's all like to like help me. So like it's helping me like I've changed a lot since before. Like it's a lot different now. What do I mean by that? Ooh. What do I mean by that? This is not the stuff I was actually wanting to talk about. Uh, yeah. So she's at this point at a point where she's been trying to tell me pretty basically she's telling me I'm delusional, I guess, basically. But then like I kind of made her feel that way too, if you think about it. Like she knew I wanted to be with her, even though I didn't tell her that, but she just knew it. Uh, so by me pushing her away like I did, it made her feel delusional. Mm, karma. Yeah. Like I wouldn't. She knew. She knew. And I just pushed her away. But the difference between her pushing me away or me pushing her away and her pushing me away is uh she was actually, keeping her options open for other guys kind of thing. Whereas me, it's like she tells me to find somebody else, and it's like I feel like I already found the one that I was supposed to find. And it's quite possible she felt the same way about me, and I pushed her away. Hmm. But the one thing I can say for sure is, like, she was definitely able to pick herself up and carry on, kind of thing. So I guess that's where I'm at now. Like, I need to pick myself up and carry on. It kind of sucks, though. Like, I don't want to carry on without her, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I used to think, like, anything's possible. But now I got a block. Like, it's like, if something seems, like, unrealistic to me, it's like, I'll tell myself it's impossible. But before, like, nothing was impossible. Like, anything could happen. And in actuality, anything can happen, but hmm. But yeah, so she from she knows I can, like, I'm very capable of I'm really pretty good at, like, when somebody says something, it, like, that psychologically speaking, like, when somebody says certain things, you can tell how it's about them more so than about you. So if they're saying something about you, or especially if they're coming out and saying, well, I don't know if I should be talking about this kind of stuff. Damn. See, that's why I wasn't sure if I should record tonight or not, because, like, I'm not sure. Like, what am I supposed to talk about? You could talk about the mind, body, soul, heart, and soul again. But if you can kind of, like, separate them and understand each one of them, then you got something going on. But it's like, and that brings me into, like, people have different personalities type thing, you know? Yeah, like I was telling you about that Irish guy or whatever. But, like, to me, it's like your personalities, if your personalities click, then you got something actually worth, um, seeing about, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a chance to make it work, you know. It's more likely to work out if your personalities are able to click with each other. I'm thinking about changing the camera view. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired, but I can't sleep. Um, swear it was something I was gonna hit on this. I should have started recording when I actually thought about something to record. And now I'm just like trying to find that thing that I was thinking about recording. Goodness. It kind of sucks though. Like, she's pushing me away. And now I feel like I'm gonna, like, do what she did and just let it go. Like she did. But I'm trying to hold on to it. But I mean, if she comes here and, she comes here and, actually comes and get her stuff this time for real, then, like, I'll have no choice but to, like, move on. Because that'd be like her actually letting me go. I know deep down she knows I'm not as crazy as she's trying to make me out to be. But the fact that she keeps trying to make me out to be crazy is, you know. But maybe that's what I was doing to her. Like, when she actually got sober and I was treating her like she wanted to come try again, try to be, uh, why would she only get sober for a freaking couple months and then try again though? I wasn't thinking clearly. Maybe she actually did want. I still like. I think it would have been bad for her to move back to Georgia though. If she would have took me with her, it'd be different. But I kind of felt like she wanted to move back to Georgia. But I didn't. I should have talked to her about it, you know what I'm saying? Why do I not talk to her about these things? I guess because she kind of like when I went to talk to her about, my issues that I was having, and she just kind of, and she didn't like let me actually talk to her about it. Uh, it made me feel like, you know, she wasn't capable of actually communicating in that kind of way. So since I guess that this made me think she was not capable of communicating with me at all. So I guess it just turned into more of like trying to figure each other out, you know, without talking. But I'm more of a like, say what you mean and mean what you say kind of guy. Actions speak, talk is weak, you know. So that's me. I can't get comfortable today. Oh. Oh. I went back and rewatched some of the stuff I posted. Well, the two that were that I didn't watch, because I usually watch them after I upload them. I used to like them too because that's what somebody told me to do, but it doesn't seem to like help any, so I stopped liking my own stuff. Um, but I get some really good uh she told me to go back and read what I wrote kind of thing. Or she said go back and read a novel of comments you wrote, you're delusional kind of thing. But it was funny because she was saying like I'm not in denial or deflecting or whatever, and I'm like, I never said you were, you know. It's like, well, it's kind of like the thing of like I was saying, I don't know if I should talk about it though. And that's the difference between self therapy and actual therapy. In actual therapy, you can actually, you don't feel like you got so many people watching you. You feel like you have more, uh, yeah, you don't feel like you're giving people ammunition kind of thing that are actually could be watching this and be like, oh, I could do that, and oh, I see what you mean by that, and then they'll find a way to like turn it into a way to have control over somebody. But I guess if she's watching this, then she'll understand too, I guess. So she can be more careful, I guess. But definitely, there's like, when you're talking to somebody, the way they say things or the way they say, yeah, the way they say things can uh, initiate. Initiate? No, that's not the word. It yeah, thinking about you, but I'm thinking about somebody else too. She usually posts like every other day. She was supposed to post today, but she did not post today. It kind of sucked. I was really waiting to see what she had to say. Because most of her posts, especially lately, like they seem to be hitting on exactly what I'm going through. So it's kind of like helping me out. And I was really hoping to get some more reinforcement or whatever. I know if I actually talk to her, like we'd straighten things out. I think that's what she's scared of. I can't say I was any better because I was kind of freaking out about it too. Sometimes you just gotta take that leap of faith, you know? I'll never forget that last thing she posted. It was definitely it really seemed like a sign to me. And she's the one that keeps going on saying I'm not playing head games and stuff. And I never said she was playing head games, so that could indicate that she's actually playing head games. They call it a guilty conscience. And she did say she felt bad or whatever about how she treated me. Maybe I should like listen to that part of what she said. I mean, it'd be easy. Like I could make it easy for myself. But sometimes easy is the wrong way to go, you know? Sometimes easy just doesn't help you grow. Easy doesn't usually help anybody. There's a thing about, if it's hard, then it's worth doing kind of thing. But you need to be careful about what kind of hard you put yourself through though. Like so far, like what she's been doing is more of a it's more of a passive aggressive kind of thing. She probably doesn't even realize she's doing it though. Which I'd say it's not toxic because like some people just have a hard time expressing themselves. You kind of gotta overlook that. But other with other times, like somebody's demeaning you, well, she kind of is. I don't know. I keep telling myself I don't know, but I do know. You gotta be careful what you tell yourself. If you tell yourself you're crazy, then you'll make yourself believe you're crazy. If you tell yourself you're whatever you tell yourself, sooner or later you're gonna make yourself believe that's what you are. Like, you know, what you feed yourself is what you become, basically. So feed yourself good shit, you know what I'm saying? So like I was saying, like I can make it easy and just be like, all right, everything she's doing is toxic and I just need to keep that out of my life kind of thing. I could do that and just quit that completely. But I really feel like there's something more there. if there is something more there, am I supposed to just hold on until it happens? Because I'm not looking for anybody else right now. Like I feel like I'm me and her still got something going on, even though she acts and says there's nothing between us kind of thing. But why would she have her stuff, and why would I still have her stuff for? Why wouldn't she get her stuff if she wasn't holding on to me? And does she deserve to hold on to it? Like, should she have access to me still? Should she? And this is all the things I gotta figure out for myself. Nobody can actually tell me. If somebody is telling me and I do what they say, then I'm just being who they tell me to be and not being who I am. So literally, I can't talk, like, I could talk to a therapist about this. The thing about therapy is they help you process your thoughts, and that's what therapy does. It helps you process your thoughts, it helps you understand your emotions. They're not actually there telling you the answers, they're allowing you to find the answers for yourself. And if you get caught up, they'll give you uh different scenarios, or they don't just tell you one thing to do. They are one thing to think. They give you a random amount of things to think about, like, could it mean this, or could it mean that, or maybe it means this, or maybe it means that. Like, they try to get you to, actually think about it. They're not telling you how to think. So if you have a therapist that's telling you how to think and not helping you, you know, giving you different options of what to think, then you got yourself a bad therapist, dude. Good therapists will, you know, they kind of like guide you. So I'd say after about 2 years of doing good therapy, you'll be able to, process your thoughts and understand your emotions well enough to where you can, you know, just do it yourself. And me doing it on here is like a way of holding myself accountable for what I say. Now, just because there's some things I said doesn't mean like I can't change it, because uh I've already changed a few things, but it's because to understand what you're feeling, like, the thoughts change the way it changes to understand what it is you're feeling. It's kind of like basically you're sorting it out kind of thing. So it's not going to be just one thing, like, this is what it is and that's that kind of thing. It is for a little while, like, until you actually narrow it down to what it really is. I have a thing with rubbing my tongue on my teeth when after I eat. Like if I get stuff in my gums, I really can't stand that. So, you know, and then sometimes I do it so much I'll rub my tongue raw, and then my tongue hurts. So I try not to do it too much. I'm doing it a lot tonight though. So actually trying to only make one video. Looks like I got about 3 more minutes. But it's basically just, you know, basically all therapy is talking things out and not having somebody tell you what to think. Like if you got friends and family and stuff, they're not gonna sit there and, well, you could be thinking it could be this or it could be that or it could be that. They're just gonna sit there and tell you, well, from what you just said, I'd say this is what it is. And then you just go along with that because, like, okay, yeah, that's what it is. But that means you're letting somebody think for you. That means you're letting somebody dictate what to think. You know what I'm saying? So try not to let people dictate what you think. And, you know, think for yourself. And that's what I'm working on doing. Because I got too much, like I said, I don't discuss our conversations with anybody, but I did discuss the situation, and I got a good bit of negative about it. So now I'm trying to like figure out what's what with it. So that's what we'll do. And I can't really think of anything else to talk about, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video now. Throw it out there. And I'll see you in another. Wonder what I'll call this one. I don't know. I'll watch it again and figure it out. Alright.